Why do some people and companies inspire us, while others, with equal resources, equal talent, equal opportunity, leave us completely indifferent? Why do millions of people line up overnight to buy a product from one company, while a technically superior product from a competitor sits unsold on shelves? Why do some leaders create movements, while others, with identical authority and budgets, struggle to get anyone to genuinely follow? The answer is not what they do. It is not even how they do it. It is why. Welcome to Book Essence, where we unlock the essence of every book so you get the wisdom without spending weeks reading. Today, we are breaking down one of the most influential leadership and business books of the last 2 decades, Start with Why by Simon Sinek. This book will permanently change how you think about leadership, communication, and the difference between inspiring people and simply managing them. Let us unlock it. Sinek opens with a simple framework that he calls the Golden Circle, 3 concentric circles. The outer circle, what? The middle circle, how? The inner circle, why? Every organization and every person on Earth knows what they do, the products they sell, the services they provide, the job title they hold. Some know how they do it, their unique process, their differentiating approach, their specific method that sets them apart. But very few, individuals or organizations, can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And here is the critical point Sinek makes. Why is not about making money. Money is a result, it is never a why. Why is about purpose. Why does your organization exist? What is your belief, your core conviction that drives everything you do? What is the reason you get out of bed in the morning that goes beyond a paycheck? Sinek argues that the most inspiring leaders and companies in the world all communicate from the inside out. They start with why, then explain how, then show what. Most companies do the exact opposite. They lead with what, their product, their features, their price, and they wonder why nobody feels inspired. Sinek uses Apple as his central example, and the contrast with their competitors is striking. A typical technology company might say, "We make great computers. They're beautifully designed and easy to use. Want to buy one?" Apple says something completely different. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed and easy to use. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Same information, completely different order, completely different emotional impact. The difference is that Apple starts with why, with a belief, with a conviction about the world. And people do not buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This is why Apple customers are not just customers, they're believers, advocates, people who feel that choosing Apple says something about who they are. Sinek points out that this same principle applies to every great leader in history, from business to social movements to political change. They did not lead by telling people what to do, they led by sharing what they believed and attracting others who believed the same thing. Here's where Sinek's argument gets genuinely fascinating. The reason starting with why works is not just philosophical, it's biological. The human brain is divided into distinct regions that process different types of information. The outer region, the neocortex, handles rational thought, language, and analysis. This is the part of the brain that processes what and how, facts, features, specifications, benefits. The inner region, the limbic system, handles emotions, trust, loyalty, and decision-making. This is the part of the brain that processes why. And here's the critical insight Sinek makes. The limbic system has no capacity for language. This is why when you make a decision that feels right, but you can't fully explain it, you say, "It just felt right. I trusted my gut." Your gut is your limbic system. It processes the why, the belief, the purpose, the conviction, and responds with a feeling of trust or distrust, of connection or indifference, long before your rational mind can analyze the details. When companies lead with what, they're speaking only to the rational brain. People can evaluate their claims, compare prices, and remain indifferent. When leaders start with why, they speak directly to the part of the brain that makes decisions and creates loyalty. This is why great marketing doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like connection. Sinek introduces a concept that explains why some ideas spread like wildfire, while others, equally good, never catch on. In any market, any community, any movement, people can be divided into groups based on how willing they are to adopt new ideas. The first group, roughly 2.5%, are the innovators. They love new things for their own sake. The next group, about 13%, are the early adopters. These are the people who buy the first iPhone, join the new movement, try the new brand before anyone else has heard of it. They don't buy because of rational analysis. They buy because they believe what you believe. They buy because your why matches their why. After them comes the early majority, people who adopt new things once they've seen someone they trust use it first. Then the late majority, then the laggards. The critical threshold, the tipping point, comes when early adopters reach approximately 15 to 18% of any given market. At that point, something shifts. What was new becomes normal. What was a small movement becomes a mainstream reality. Sinek says the key to reaching that tipping point is never to chase the mass market first. Start with the believers, the people who share your why. Build genuine loyalty with them first, and let them carry your message to everyone else. One of the most practically powerful lessons in this book is about the relationship between why and trust. Sinek argues that trust is not built through consistency of product, it's built through consistency of belief. When a company behaves in ways that are consistent with its stated why, even when doing so is costly or inconvenient, customers feel it, employees feel it, and the trust that results is almost impossible to manufacture through any amount of marketing. The opposite is equally true. When a company claims a why, a belief, a purpose, a conviction, but behaves in ways that contradicts it, people sense the inauthenticity immediately, not always consciously, but in the way that trust quietly disappears. This applies to personal leadership just as powerfully. The leader who says they believe in their people, but only shows up when things are going well, quickly loses the trust that is the foundation of all real leadership. The leader who states their values clearly and then consistently acts in alignment with those values, even under pressure, even at a personal cost, builds a quality of loyalty and commitment that no salary or benefit package can replicate. Why must be lived, not just stated. The final question this book asks, and the most important one, is the question you need to ask yourself. What is your why? Not your job, not your goal, not your 5-year plan, your fundamental belief, the conviction at the center of everything you do that makes your work feel like more than work. Sinek says most people know what they do. Many know how they do it, but very few have taken the time to get genuinely clear on why they do it. And that clarity, or lack of it, affects everything. It affects how you communicate, how you lead, how you sell, how you build relationships, how you recover from setbacks, how you make decisions when the right path is unclear. When your why is clear, decisions are simpler than they need to be, because you're navigating without a compass. Sinek urges every reader, find your why before you build your what, because a powerful what built on a clear why can change the world, and a powerful what built on no why is just another product nobody remembers.
Let us bring together the greatest lessons from Start with Why. 1. The Golden Circle. Every inspiring leader communicates from the inside out. Why, then how, then what. 2. People do not buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Start every communication with your belief, not your product. 3. Why speaks to the limbic brain, the part that makes decisions and creates loyalty. Lead with emotion, not just information. 4. Find your early adopters first. Build genuine believers. Let them spread your message. The mass market follows the movement, not the other way around. 5. Trust is built through consistency of belief, not just consistency of product. Live your why, especially when it is costly to do so. 6. Find your own why. Get clear on the belief that drives everything you do. Then build your entire life and work from that center outward. Simon Sinek ends with a truth that is as simple as it is profound. There are leaders and there are those who lead. Leaders hold a position of power or authority. Those who lead inspire us. We follow those who lead not because we have to, but because we want to. Not for them, but for ourselves, because their why becomes our why, and together something extraordinary becomes possible. That is the essence of Start with Why, and that is what we do here at Book Essence. We take the world's most powerful books and unlock their wisdom so you can start leading with purpose today. If this video brought you value, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone building something they believe in. Every week on Book Essence, a new book, a new lesson, a new chance to grow. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and keep unlocking your essence. See you in the next one.